Okay. Yeah. So this is tough. We're working with free screen recording software, and I'm confined to 15 minutes of time. So, if I misspeak here, I sneeze there, I have a child interruption there, it can make it really hard. And then what makes it worse is that the program that I'm using is at the conclusion of the 15 minutes that I run, I don't have the ability to like eliminate, like pieces of the video, unless I use the paid version. So we're working on kind of a limited access here, but I'm going to keep this second part really short. We're going to pick up where we left off. So first off, I'm under step 2, where I had just inserted HostGator. I want to show you actually at first just that up here on this picture we added a border, because without the border it ends up looking very kind of plain. Okay, with that kind of blank edge. And I don't like this. As a teacher and as a person who formats things, on a regular basis to look nice, this looks very amateur. A simple border that we added here can go a long way to making a picture look like it belongs in a document, okay? Like it's finished, a finished product. When we go down here, we can see on this image with the HostGator that it has a blank white background. All right, we can't see really the boundaries because it blends in with the page. White page, white background. This right here is an example of when it's okay to leave a picture frame off of the picture. Okay, if it is a flat white background on a flat white page, you can skip having that border frame. Now, I actually don't like this picture on this page because here we're talking about domain names and we're not talking about web hosts. So I'm going to have you take that, click on that picture, and we're going to delete it. Instead, for our final product, we're going to go ahead and we're going to insert a different picture. Go Insert, Bing, and we are going to search, off of the words that are straight on that page. We're going to look at domain name and tap enter, and we're going to see some different pictures that look a little bit more appropriate for what it is we're trying to show. Okay, all right, I think this one right here is kind of fun and educational. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on this one. This picture also has a flat white background, although it butts up against the edge. And right here, on the top and on the bottom, here I would consider both options, whether or not I think that this picture should have a picture frame attached to it, or whether or not I think it looks better without the frame. Okay. When you've got multiple pictures on a document, I would generally advise you to keeping those picture frames the same. I often have students, when they're given a creative flexibility and they're asked to put multiple pictures in a document, they'll go through and maybe with 6 different pictures, they have 6 different picture frames. And this just ends up looking really elementary, to be frank. It doesn't look good when you've got all the colors of the rainbow and all the different styles all present. You want something to look like everything belongs together, and so you want to have a cohesive look. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to practice that by putting the exact same compound frame black around this picture so that it matches in stylistically with the previous picture. Okay? Looks more professional this way. Take my word for it. Okay, this one I want to put below the text. So we're going to leave it where it is, but I am going to center it on the page. This I can do just using my normal centering tool. In the Home tab, paragraph group, I center it, and there we go. Okay, so now it's centered on my page. I think it looks kind of handsome there. It matches my other picture. We can go kind of a step further, and to further make my pictures match, I could go ahead and I can make this the same size. So I'm going to lock aspect ratio and change this to 2.5. It might not seem like that would make a big difference across different pages, and arguably it does or it doesn't, but I will say this, that your brain detects differences that you don't always think about. Okay, when things are slightly off center, when things are slightly disproportionate with one another, you might not realize that something looks off, but your brain can detect it. And sometimes there's it's just a weird thing when you're looking at, a PowerPoint slide. Something can really stand out as just being like slightly off, and you might not be able to place a finger on it. But these little steps, making sure things match each other, making sure things look the same, can really make something look professional, as opposed to something created by a middle school or an elementary school student. All right. We've got our two pictures here. The last thing that we're going to do is we are going to add some links. I'm going to tap enter underneath. Let's see, we're going to go up here under choosing a host, and we're going to add some links down here. Because here we're talking about a couple different companies, GoDaddy, HostGator, and iPage. So we're going to link to their websites down below here. Let's create a new list. I'm going to tap enter. All right, so here we go. Under step 1, choose a host. At the bottom of this paragraph, I'm going to tap enter. And I'm going to start a bulleted list here. We're going to go to our Home tab, bullets. Let's create an arrow that's kind of telling my reader to go to this spot. And we're going to first start with GoDaddy. So here's how we do our links. We're going to do an insert. We're going to click on link, and it's going to have two fields for me here. Up at the top, this is the display text, so this is what the person's actually going to see on the page. We're going to type capital D, GoDaddy. And down under address, we're going to find the website, okay? I already have it opened. Make sure that sometimes these websites are going to, depending on how you click on them, they might have like a long string of like alphanumeric like letters back here. We don't really want all that added stuff. We really just want this area right here from HTTPS through GoDaddy.com. And if there's more stuff, we just want to take them to the home page, and that's what's listed here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to copy that piece of text, and here I'm going to go back to my page, and I'm going to paste it under address. So I've got GoDaddy, what's going to display, and the actual address down here. I'm going to click insert, and there we go. Let's do this 2 more times. I'm going to insert a link for HostGator. In the address, I'm going to go and I'm going to search for HostGator.com. I'm going to find that whole website there. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. Insert. Interesting. Tap enter. Yeah, it does this weird little thing where it spaces it out first, but okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to link one more time. This is going to be iPage, address here. This is iPage. I'm going to highlight that. Control C to copy. Over here, Control V to paste. Insert. Enter. Now I've got this extra arrow that I don't want, So I'm going to backspace a few times to get that out of there. Okay, so now I've got my 3 links. We've added 2 pictures. We changed the landscape of our orientation of our page and the margins, and we've added some links. Good job. Have a good weekend, and I will be posting some more information on Monday. Okay, take care, guys. Bye.